All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lions Den for Game 2 of our triple header on Sunday, the final day of the CCBC Dundalk men's basketball mixer. We have the Hawks versus the Bulldogs. It's the College of Southern Maryland Hawks versus the Pitt Community College Bulldogs. The Bulldogs were losers in their game yesterday. It was a tremendous come-from-behind effort by the ASA Avengers that gave the Bulldogs the loss. The Hawks, on the other hand, they've been pretty much blazing the comeback trail all weekend long. Friday, they had a good comeback effort that fell short. Saturday, much of the same, except they were able to pull out the victory that time. Jerome Savoy in the starting lineup here today. A little bit of a different change from most of the lineups, or most of the starting lineups this weekend for the Hawks have included number 23, Kevin Mallett. But right now, as you see, Mallett is on the bench. Jerome Savoy in the starting lineup today, going with a smaller unit. Edmund Scott misses the first shot of the game. Got his own rebound. There's a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to the Hawks, so they'll take over. Been really impressed with head coach Alan Hoyt. His presence as a coach, how his team has responded to him all weekend long. I think he may be one of the better coaches at the JUCO level. Early 2 points for Jerome Savoy. He's been a great spark plug for this team coming off the bench. I wonder how that impacts this team with him in the starting lineup this weekend, or today. Another shot there from the Bulldogs misses. That one from Reginald Clark. Savoy. Miguel drives, step back, nope. Savine Savoy right in front of the Bulldogs bench, and he buries it home. 5 straight points for Jerome Savoy, proving to his coach, Alan Hoyt, maybe you should have put him in the starting lineup a little sooner. And one opportunity. Reginald Clark. A great move by the freshman. Stands at 6'3", but on that play, he looked much bigger than that. Clark, good. Makes good on the three-point opportunity. It's now 5-3. Miguel. Or excuse me, that's Jason Newman. Savoy. Newman came up big with some clutch foul shooting for his team yesterday. Miguel catches the pass from Newman and finishes it for 2. Rujon Walters gives it up, gets it right back though. Clark, or excuse me, that's Scott. Scott couldn't hit it. Here's Newman, up to Savoy. He's got a run at it, and there's no good. Think he was expecting a foul call, didn't get it. Oh, missed layup in transition, but Walters gets the rebound and puts it in. DeMar Sutton. A little bit of a brain fart there. Newman can't put it in, but he gets fouled for his troubles. He will go to the line. Newman's got some fancy-looking shoes out there. Not sure if that's red and green for Christmas or maybe it's the Joker. Newman good that time. I got a chance to talk to Jason Newman after the game yesterday. Said that the lady who was heckling him in the stands yesterday didn't bother him one bit. I thought that was mighty impressive. Newman 2 for 2 from the line that time. 9-5 is the score. Hawks out to an early lead. Scott has to find somebody. Here's Dutton. Puts it down. Scott sets the pick. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Not a lot of time. They got to go. And that one will go to the Hawks. Newman gets through the press with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Savoy over to Gaither. And Gaither spins and shoots, and that's no good. Down low to Clark. Clark has it stripped away from him, and it goes off him. And a quick substitution. Head coach Derek Mullins takes Edmund Scott out. Edmund did not have a lot of playing time in the Pitt Community College Bulldogs' loss yesterday, mainly because he fouled out early. He was one of 3 players for the Bulldogs to foul out in that game. Shot no good, way long. Savoy with the rebound. Chance to build on this early lead here for the Hawks. Their 2 games already here this weekend have been very close, hard-fought victories. I'm sure they'd like to maybe run away with this one, break the trend. Dutton thought about going down low. Instead, switched it around the arc. Reginald, and he is working hard, but he doesn't have much to show for it. Does have those 3 points, but he's got a couple turnovers as well. Almost a turnover there. Instead, it goes against a foul against Jerome Savoy. Almost 4 minutes into the contest. It's 9-5. In favor of the Hawks. Down low, Clark's got some space. He's also got a couple white jerseys around him, which means somebody's open on the outside. That somebody just couldn't finish. Newman gets around the first defender, and the second defender meets him at the rim. I think Newman wanted a call there, and I'm surprised he didn't get it, honestly. Newman will take the inbound. Up top to Gaither. Now it's Darnell Taylor. Coach Alan Hoyt for the Hawks says a luxury that not a lot of teams at this level are going to have. He's got 2 players in Darnell Taylor and Jason Newman that he knows can run the offense the way he wants it to be run. That is a huge luxury for his coaching staff. Walters down low to Dutton in the corner. Here's a drive into the painted area off the glass. That's an offensive foul. Number 25, Roval Ray, one of those players who fouled out in yesterday's game. Gets an early seat on the bench after coming in for Scott. Derek Mullins over there. He runs no nonsense. Roval came in, immediately came out almost. Darnell Taylor almost had his pocket picked. Taylor. And that's a turnover. Darnell Taylor avoided the first turnover. The second wasn't so lucky. Just over 15 minutes left to be played here in the first half. Bulldogs still trying to find their offensive footing. The Hawks really still trying to find their offensive footing here in this game as well. I know they're up, but it's not like they're dominating. That one last touch by Savoy. Savoy really the only one creating any kind of offense with consistency for either team. He had those 2 baskets to start. Another substitution coming into the game. Coach Mullins going to his bench early and often for the Bulldogs. It's a hard-fought loss yesterday against the Avengers, and offensive foul again. 2 charges picked up by the Hawks already in the early part of this game. That's another thing Coach Hoyt's got to be happy about. Newman. Taylor. And a turnover. Newman couldn't catch that one cleanly. Pass was a little bit behind Newman. Taylor probably should have put that one more in front. Regardless, turnovers in your own defensive zone, always a killer. 9-5 is the score. Will it be the score a little bit longer, or can the Bulldogs get a basket here? It's a player for the Bulldogs who came up big for them. Down low, can't catch it. It's Matisse Edwards, number 34. Savoy, 20 seconds on the shot clock, so they got time. Newman, great pressure being applied by the Bulldogs' perimeter defense, almost forcing the turnover. Newman out to Savoy for 3. Good! Jerome Savoy. 8 points here to start for that young man. He keeps playing like this. He's going to be in the starting lineup for the rest of the season. Reginald Clark can't finish through the trees, and he's invited to the block party afterwards. Mallet sends out our first official invitation to the block party. Reginald Clark, don't forget the RSVP, and refreshments are on the bench, young man. Bulldogs did recover, though, got the offensive rebound, and that's why they're at the line. Chance to get 2, cut into this lead a little bit. Quentin Gilliam will check into the game, as well as Sauls. Now Coach Hoyt has 3 ball handlers on the court right now. Quentin, another player he feels comfortable letting run the offense for stretches. Let's see if that helps them break through this press a little easier. It does that time. Newman can't catch that one cleanly again. He's got to slow it down. 15 seconds on the shot clock, so they got time, but not a lot of it. And a turnover, the ball's on the ground. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow is in favor of the Bulldogs, so it will go down as a turnover. Bulldogs looking for something to go their way offensively here. Edwards gives it up. Driving, dishes it off to the big, who cannot finish. And it's rebounded by the Hawks. And an immediate foul there by Downing. I think he'd like to have that one back. Both teams at 4 fouls right now, so we'll be looking at the bonus sooner than later. We're almost 7 minutes into the first half. Neither team has really dominated here in the first half, but the Hawks have been up the whole time. Newman got caught with the feet shuffling. No one ever thinks they travel. Never once seen a travel call and watched a guy go, you know what, you're right. Downing misses a layup that he'd probably like to have back. Hawks, and speaking of liking to have something back, I'm pretty sure the Hawks would like to have that pass back. Bulldogs take over again. 12-7 is the score. Three-pointer right in front of the Hawks bench is good. Samaj Yelverton for the Bulldogs gets them a little closer. It's now a 2-point game. Quentin taking advantage of the miscommunication there. Finds the man open in the corner for 3. Jalen Sauls makes up for the bad pass a few seconds ago. Oh, great driving move there. Offensive rebound. Mallet. Good defensive effort. Bulldogs offense still struggling here. Quentin comes up, gets the handoff. Here's Newman now. Just over 15 seconds on the shot clock. They got to move here. Don't have a lot of time. Newman into the painted area, switches off to Mallet, and he can't catch it cleanly. Newman frustrated that didn't work out in his favor that time. Great effort. Execution, though, not so great. 11 minutes left here in this first half. First half where both offenses have struggled. Downing. Basket wouldn't have counted anyway as their offensive foul. Interesting, Jerome Savoy on the bench right now. He's got 8 points. He's not in the game. He's almost outscored the Bulldogs by himself. Newman to Mallet. Great move, but a better block. And the Bulldogs send out their first invitation to the block party, and oh my! Mr. Ben Cox. Was he flying or what? Quentin Gilliam. Momentum certainly on the Bulldogs side after that big play. Cox again with the dunk in transition. Ben Cox. Technical call, I think, on Ben Cox for holding on to the rim. You get away with that in the NBA, but they'll call that on this level. Regardless, I think the message was received. Ben Cox is not someone to be messed with. 2 big dunks. And now Coach Mullins wants an explanation. It doesn't look like he's going to get one. Coach Mullins was fired up yesterday in the loss to the Avengers. Newman, good that time from the line. So the technical foul proving to be costly. Watching a 1-point deficit turn into a 3-point deficit just like that. And without giving a possession either. Really, that could put a stop to the momentum as well because the Bulldogs were rolling leading up to that technical foul. The timeout taken on the court, 10 minutes and 28 seconds left here in the first half. This first half is turned out to be an exciting one. 17-14. Bulldogs, I'm sure, would like to get the taste of yesterday's loss out of their mouth. Really let that one slip through their fingers. 6 minutes left in the second half. They were in the double bonus. But yet they still couldn't come out victorious in that game. See what the offensive strategy will be for these two teams moving forward after this timeout. Also be interesting to see if Coach Hoyt puts Jerome Savoy back into the game. He's got almost half of his team's points with 8 right now. But Jason Newman been doing a good job orchestrating offense as well. Jerome Savoy does check back into the game, and he comes in for Newman. Newman and Mallett had a good thing working here a few moments ago on the pick and roll. Let's see if he can pick that up with one of his other point guards. Mallett down low for two. They just forgot about the big man that time. 19-14. Downing. The floater. Gets the soft roll off the rim. Pretty move there by Timothy Downing. Sophomore guard stands at 6'3". The steal on the other side. Bulldogs. Defense helping their offense out here. It's got Downing open. Didn't see him. Ends up being a steal. Behind the back pass. Taylor up and in. A pretty move in transition. The ball never stopped. And that's why they got the point. Three-pointer in the corner. No good. A little long. Mallett will get the rebound. Taylor gets into the offensive zone. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Gaither to Savoy. Savoy drives and has it stripped away from him. Here come the Bulldogs. Up and can't put it in, but Timothy Downing's there. He can't put it in either. Ben Cox, on the other hand, he can. This is 6 points for Ben Cox off the bench, the sophomore out of Riverside High School. It's coming up big for his team in relief. He's got a chance to make it 7 points if he could finish the foul shot. 9 minutes left in this first half. What an exciting first half it's been. It's back to a 2-point game, 21-19. Bulldogs offense was struggling in the early part of this first half. Started to come alive thanks in large part due to the defense, and Savoy picked up his dribble in a dangerous spot there. And they got that ball over with only 2 seconds to spare. Darnell Taylor, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Not a lot of time here. Quentin, down low to Mallett. He's got the position, but he's also got the double team. Quentin, 5 seconds. He's got to go. Gaither, welcome to the block party, young man. Oh, my goodness. Reginald Clark with an incredible block. A meeting of the minds at the rim, and that time, Reginald Clark, the smartest guy in the room. Clark down low. Up top, that's Dutton for three. Oh, no good. Real close to making the Hawks pay. Savoy going right at his defender. And number 12 there for Pitt, shaking his head, James Ray, the second, saying, you can't beat me. Dutton picks up the foul, and it's 1-1 now for the Hawks. That is the 7th team foul of the game for the Bulldogs, so it's foul shots from here on out for the Hawks. Definitely help their chances of maybe pulling away here in the first half. Like I said, all of the games the Hawks have been in here this weekend, they have been really close games. So I'm sure this team would maybe like a blowout to switch it up or something. 23-19. 2 for 2 that time from the line. Here's Ray, the second. Shot is good. Dutton, he looked over at Quentin afterwards, too, as to say, what, you're trying to guard me? Newman down low. Gaither, I think he had a foot on the line there. Didn't matter anyway because he missed everything. Jerome Savoy didn't have that problem, though. Got the offensive rebound, put it in for 2. It's back to a 3-point game. Oh, what a beautiful move there by Reginald Clark. You can't draw it up any better than that. Took it into the teeth of the defense, spun, and finished with the pretty floater. Quentin Gilliam. Hand off to Savoy. Savoy takes it into the teeth of the defense, and he'll go to the line. Jerome Savoy. And he's really having himself a statement game right now. Makes it a 2-point game. And Jerome, good that time as well. Charity stripe. Big for the Hawks here. They're not struggling. Put them up by 3 once again, 27-24. Walters. Clark. There's Ray the second. Picks up his dribble. Clark down low, right into Gaither's hands. Scott wasn't expecting the pass, but Damon Gaither was. Newman. Didn't get the hands on the ball. Instead, Dutton got too much of, or excuse me, Sutton. Sutton got a little bit too much of the body. Newman will go to the line. Good that time. Here come the Bulldogs after another successful trip to the line. Sutton over to Scott. Scott down low to Clark. Clark, 3 by Ray the second, no good. And that is a foul on Scott. Or is it? No, it's a foul on number 24 for the Hawks, Buchanan. Not sure why he committed the foul there. He had the position on Scott. Maybe he had the position because of the foul. Sutton for 3. Oh, man, he laced that. 29-27. Big three-pointer there from Sutton. Gives a new outlook for this Bulldogs team. Looking like their body language was a little rough before then. Quentin Gilliam, under 10 to play on the shot clock. They gotta move. Floaters, good off the glass. A beautiful move by Isaiah Funderburk. Clark drives into the painted area. No call. Man, I thought I heard the smack from over here. Reginald Clark having some words with the referee, and I don't blame him there. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, though. 31-27 is the score. 4-point game, and it's double bonus time here for the Hawks. So it's 2 foul shots from here on out, and that's huge. That'll really help their chances of maybe running away with this. Newman, good that time from the line. Newman 1 for 2 that time from the line. So it'll just be a 5-point lead now. Clark spins. Scott makes the extra pass to Sutton. He can't finish, though. Great offense, just poor execution. Darnell Taylor gets his man to come out. Shoot. Sauls, no good. That hit that cord up top. That's out of bounds automatically. Under 5 minutes to play now in the first half. Bulldogs taking over on the possession here. Rujan Walters. Ray the second, jumper, no good. Very long on the shot that time. Newman gets the rebound. Newman, oh man, I thought he was gonna finish that for a second. Newman is having himself a tournament here. Had the great performance yesterday, answering back with a good one here today as well. Comes Walters. It's a 6-point lead now for the Hawks. Sutton down low to Clark. Clark, the only one kind of creating offense with any kind of consistency for this Bulldogs team. Certainly wasn't consistent that time. He put it on the ground. Stolen by the Hawks. Here they come. Pick set, doesn't take it. Instead, gives it to Newman. Newman up, and that is a blocking foul. Newman will go to the line once again. Reginald Clark, I'm pretty sure his feet were set, but that time he just happened to be in the restricted area. 33-27, just over 4 minutes left to be played here in this first half. Looked like for a moment the Bulldogs had snatched all the momentum here in this game, but if that was the case, the Hawks, they've snatched it back. This College of Southern Maryland team has come out, I'm going to say firing on all cylinders, because they've had their problems here in the first half, but they certainly came to play. Jerome Savoy back into the game. See if he can create some offense once again for this Hawks team with just under 4 minutes to be played. He's well on his way to being the MVP of this game right now. Ben Cox, oh, finger roll. Was nowhere near. He got rejected by the rim that time. Newman takes it right into the paint. Mallett. I think Mallett wasn't expecting the call, or excuse me, wasn't expecting his number to be called there. Pass was a little bit too far out in front of him as well. Ends up being a turnover. Blocking foul, Newman. He kind of got his hand just caught with the cookie jar there. Not shuffling his feet as much. 35-27 score right now. Bulldogs a chance to cut into that lead a little bit here with a chance at the charity stripe. Tell you, the game is entertaining, but the kid that's on the Hawks bench is almost just as entertaining as this game. He's into it. He may be the College of Southern Maryland Hawks #1 fan. Sutton with the 2 points. 35-29. Bulldogs, their offense hasn't been great here in this game, but I think it's more the defense that's letting them down. Too many possessions for the Hawks ending in either baskets or foul shots. And once again, a possession ending for the Hawks in a basket. 37-29, it's up to an 8-point lead now. Downing, jumper is no good. Darnell Taylor couldn't catch that cleanly. Darnell Taylor trying to say that ball hit the top. I'm sure he wouldn't have been saying that if he would have caught that cleanly. Newman once again got caught with a hand in the cookie jar. He wasn't the one who picked up the foul, though. Newman went for the reach behind to get the steal. Allowed his defender enough space to get past him, get a chance to put the shot up. They can cut into this lead a little bit here with a chance at the charity stripe. Gets the soft roll. Boys and girls at home, that's why you put that extra spin on the ball. Get that soft roll off the rim. John Walters, freshman guard. 2 for 2 from the line. I would love to be a fly on the wall in Coach Mullins' locker room once we get to halftime. I don't think he's going to be happy with his team's performance. 37-31. Newman gets the pick from Mallet. Can't send his defender right into it. Instead, he goes around it. Savoy wanted the step back. Great recovery on the defensive side. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Got to put it up. They do. Wow, what a rebound effort from Savoy. Man, that was a really nice play. Climbed the ladder, knew he couldn't get both hands on it, so instead he just threw it off the leg of the Bulldogs player. It gets his team a fresh shot clock to work with. Darnell Taylor, step back 3. Oh, my. I think that was one of those shots where the coach was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, wow, that was nice. Oh, a pretty play by Cox as he finishes the miss by his teammate. 40-33. It's a 7-point game once again. Just under 2 minutes left to be played. Savoy into the painted area. It's blocked by Cox, and he saves it. What a great effort on both sides of the court by Mr. Cox here tonight. Jerome Savoy right into Cox again. This time he's fouled for his troubles. See how costly turnovers in the transition are. The Hawks got that ball on the steal, and they had the numbers. Able to take advantage of it. Substitutions about to check into the game. The first one, it's Damon Gaither. He got another one over on the side. I guess he's coming in for Jerome Savoy. Minute and 30 seconds, 34 seconds, excuse me. What a tremendous first half this has been. I know the Hawks are on a great run right now. Bulldogs have got the firepower to be able to answer. Man, that had to hurt. Bulldogs number 5, McCaleb Robertson, took it right into the teeth of the defense, and I think Damon Gaither took a knee to the chest for his trebles. Injured player on the court, so will take a break as he is up. No, he's up and seems to be all right. Well, we won't take a break. We'll keep it here. He's going to come out of the game, though. Quentin Gilliam checks in, as well as number 30 for the Bulldogs. That's Samaji Yelverton. Makes good on the first. Gets his team a little bit closer here. There's a minute and 21 seconds left, so the Bulldogs more than enough time to get a good run here, help their chances out in the second half. I don't think it's enough time to take the lead, but enough time to make the second half a little easier for them. Here the Hawks drive baseline, put it up. That's a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Robertson, 1 minute to play. Three in the corner is good. Edwards makes it a 4-point game. Newman taking it right to his defender. And he's in the restricted area. I had a basketball coach when I was younger that said, if you put your head down and take it to the rim, more times than not, good things are going to happen for you. And Jason Newman is a prime example of that. He's been shooting a lot of foul shots here this afternoon. He's making good on almost all of them, too. I'm sure that's something his coaching staff is very happy with. It's one thing to get those opportunities at the line. It's another thing entirely to make good on them. 43-38 with under a minute left to play in the first half, of course. And it's now back to a 6-point game. Robertson driving right into the lane, can't finish, and neither can Cox. 2 offensive rebound opportunities, but no baskets. 36 seconds, so only 6 seconds separating the shot and game clock. Newman almost lost control of that ball, taking it into the teeth of the defense again. Taylor for a 3, no good. Shot clock now turned off. Bulldogs can hold for the final shot if they want. Robertson with the Euro step and the rejection by Quentin Gilliam. Newman up and in for 2. Once again, the Bulldogs can hold for the final shot. Edwards for 3. Good! Oh, he beats the buzzer! 46-41. I'm sure Coach Mullins would have liked to see that buzzer beater yesterday on the 3, because that would have sent their game into overtime. He'll take it here this afternoon, though, because it gets the game to 46-41 as we head in to halftime. We'll be back after this short break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here and ready to play the final 20 minutes of a contest that, yeah, the scoreboard may say it's close, but if you've been with us here from the start, you know that the Hawks have been dominating this one. Newman taking it into the painted area. He had a good performance in the first half, and so did that man right there, Jerome Savoy, excuse me. Savoy in the starting lineup here for the first time this weekend. Oh, meeting of the minds at the rim, and Reginald Clark picks up the foul. One for two. Wow, almost a Bulldogs turnover. Three-pointer, Walters, no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. Reginald Clark puts it in for two. Great move. Clark made up for the foul that he committed on the other side by getting the offensive basket and the 2 points. Miguel. Savoy, Taylor for three. Good! Darnell Taylor. Three-pointer in the corner. 50-43. Hot start for the Hawks here would go a long way in securing them the victory. Scott passes out to Walters. Walters tries to spin. Great defense played by Taylor. Taylor had the double team on Scott and then came right out to play the defense on Walters. Downing for two, no good. That one's out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulldogs. So almost 2 minutes into this second half, the Bulldogs, really just like the first half, struggling to create offense with any kind of consistency. Miguel, full court presses being applied, or was being applied. Miguel caught that ball and then he easily beat it. Taylor, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Newman, he drives up and under. Jason Newman, he wanted the call. He didn't get it, but he did get the 2 points. That's a beautiful layup move there by the youngster. Inbounds play underneath their basket. Reginald Clark catches. Remember, fans, this is just game 2 of a triple header. You got CCBC Dundalk versus Bryant Stratton after this game. Lions trying to go 2-1 in the tournament. Gaither. Newman gets his man up in the air, takes advantage of it by finding Mallett for 2 points and the foul. Kevin Mallett, number 23. He's listed at 6'4", but he looked a lot bigger on that play. Nice move by that young man. All started by Jason Newman, continuing to orchestrate this offense to perfection. Still so impressed with how this team, this College of Southern Maryland Hawks team, responds to their head coach, Alan Hoyt. He's definitely a passionate individual. You can tell that from the sidelines, but I haven't seen him do much yelling and screaming at his team. I think that goes a long way in earning the players' respect and also getting them to respond to you when you do give them the pointers. So much of coaching is not really knowledge, it's just how can you get people to respond to you? Reginald Clark picks up the loose ball. 3 in the corner from Downing. Man, the Bulldogs needed that one. They didn't get the 3, but they did get the offensive rebound and the 2 points. So they got the basket. Just wasn't the one they initially wanted. Gaither catches the pass, puts the back to the basket, spins towards it, and misses. Down low, Cox had 2 big dunks during the Bulldogs' run in the first half. Reginald Clark. Hard-fought 2 points in the basket. Newman up and in. Oh, what a pretty play by Jason Newman. He's continuing where he left off in the first. A 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. 3 fouls already here in the second half for the Bulldogs. Not going to help their comeback chances, that's for sure. 2 teams will be back out onto the court momentarily as the timeout is over. A Lions player who is here in the game already, or excuse me, at the game already. Maybe doing some scouting. Here are the Bulldogs. Downing, up, off the high glass, gets the friendly roll. Timothy Downing with the 2 points. Had a chance to make it 3 points, and also a 6-point game. Cannot make it a 6-point game as he misses the foul shot. Jerome Savoy, nice move behind the back to Gaither for 3. Oh, air ball. Sutton. Reginald Clark. He can't finish. Sutton again. He finishes this time. DeMar Sutton. He'll get a chance to get 3 points at the line. Now, each team has committed 3 fouls here in the second half. How quickly things can change. Are the Bulldogs in the middle of a run here? 5 straight points. Certainly feels like a run. Newman. Mullins, head coach for the Bulldogs, wanted a double dribble. Honestly, I didn't see that. Did end up getting the turnover, though. Jumper from the baseline, no good. Cox couldn't bring down the rebound. Newman to Mallett. Mallett couldn't finish the layup. No look pass there from Newman was pretty. Downing for 3. No good. Cox got a hand on it. Couldn't secure it though. College of Southern Maryland Hawks will take over with an inbounds. 56-52 is our score. Bulldogs still trying to blaze that comeback trail. Newman with a pretty Euro step and finish. Oh my goodness. You put some music behind that, you got yourself a YouTube video. Woo, that was pretty. Sutton drives. Jumper at the foul line, no good. Reginald Clark gets the rebound. He fights through a double team and he got fouled for his troubles. Somebody on that sideline is getting a stern talking to from Coach Mullins. Offensive foul, Timothy Downing. They got the offensive rebound on the foul shot, only to commit a foul themselves away from the ball. Man, a costly turnover. The Bulldogs, still a lot of time left in this second half, so it's not we need baskets every time down the floor time yet, but turnovers like that aren't going to help their comeback hopes. Mallet, double team, and he turns it over. Bad pass there, but honestly, he didn't have much to do. And it'll remain with the Bulldogs. 5 seconds off the shot clock, so they got 25 to work with. Plenty of time here. Downing takes it into the painted area, finishes through the contact. Wow, a lot of foul shots here in the second half. No surprise, really. We saw a lot of foul shots in the first half. It just happened to be that the Hawks were the team taking most of them. Really helped them build that lead. A lead that is now just 3 points. 58-55, the Bulldogs trying to make a comeback here. They're playing catch-up. Darnell Taylor. Taylor looking for something. 15 on the shot clock. He's got to go here. And nice move there by Sauls. Back out. Ray the second. No good. Rebounded by Mallet. Newman out. That's offensive. He stuck that arm out. Wasn't even trying to hide it either. Quentin Gilliam arguing with the ref on behalf of his teammate. It's going to fall on deaf ears. Two players checking into the game for the Hawks. Number 24. And also number 3. 24 being Buchanan. Up, and Buchanan almost got the block. Instead, it went over to the Bulldogs. They got the 2 points, and it's now a 3-point game once again. Newman up and in for 2. Newman continues his hot start here in the second half. Quentin Gilliam. Buchanan to Newman, up, and he'll go to the line for 2. Man, Newman's becoming an enemy to this Bulldogs team, almost like they're Jerry Seinfeld or something. Woo! Newman. Newman makes good on the first. One for 2, and Ben Cox got the rebound. Sutton drives, picks up, and man, he almost made a real Pitt pretty play there. Lucky for him, Samaj Yelverton was there to finish for him. Newman, cross court. Quentin Gilliam, 63-59, 12 minutes left. Newman or excuse me, that's Taylor. And they're saying Taylor stepped on the line. That's a late whistle for a call like that, honestly. Coach Hoyt encouraging his team to finish the play. 63-59, Cox catches that one, switches it over, and it's intercepted by who else? Newman. Oh, Newman has his pocket picked by Ben Cox, who slams it down. Ben Cox with his third big dunk of the game. Newman, welcome to the block party, young man, but he was fouled before the invitation was sent. Oh, man. Ben Cox thought he had a clean block there, but the ref says otherwise. Look at that. 16 fouls for these two teams already. We are going to see a lot of foul shots here in this second half, which is going to help, honestly, both teams. That'll help the Hawks try and run away with this, but it'll also help the Bulldogs try and climb back into it. One of these teams is going to have to figure out how to play defense without fouling. Whichever team does that is probably going to be the team that comes away with the W here. 63-61, Newman, the second time around is good. Timeout taken. It's a full timeout taken by Coach Hoyt and the Hawks, so we will take one too. 11 minutes and 28 seconds left. It's a three-point game, 64-61. The Hawks have been leading since the opening tip. Will that continue? We'll find out. Here come the Bulldogs after the after the timeout. Let's see what strategy these two teams will like to use here. Nice move by Edwards. Got himself into the painted area, made the most of it with the 2 points. Just over 11 minutes. It's back to a one-point game. The Bulldogs blazing the comeback trail. Do they have enough to finish? Quentin Gilliam not under control that time, as he was headed into the rim, or towards the rim, excuse me. Edwards gets the defense to collapse on him. Reginald Clark can't finish. Scott can, though. And this is the first lead of the game for the Bulldogs, I believe. Miguel. Mallet turns it over. Here comes Ray the second. And he will get a chance at the line. Man, this Bulldogs team came out of that timeout firing. And no surprise, look who's up off the bench and ready to check back into the game. The hero of the game for the Hawks for the most part. Number 2, Mr. Jason Newman. Ball is in. And that puts them up by 2, 66-64. The Hawks found their lead turn into a deficit. Can they crawl back in? Newman. Reginald Clark gets caught with a hand in the cookie jar. Newman knew he had the advantage with the bigger player on him, and he took full advantage of it. Wow, that's a huge foul on number 32. Reginald Clark, that's his 4th foul. They lose Clark. Go a long way in helping the Hawks come back in this one. Or take the lead back, excuse me. Oh, step back 3 from Edwards is good. It's a 5-point game. Edwards with the steal. Oh, wow, there was a foul before the steal, and Coach Mullins is upset. Coach Mullins is in a dangerous situation here. He could be getting a text soon if he comes out on the court anymore. The way some of these coaches yell at refs, you think that would help their case. It will never make any sense to me. Newman makes both from the line, 69-66. It's a 3-point game. Edwards to Clark. Clark spinning and finishing through the contact. Reginald Clark. Yeah, flex those muscles, young man. You earned it. Now, granted, if my muscles look like that too, I'd probably flex them as well. 66-71, chance to make it a little bit bigger. Bulldogs, they're rolling. Reginald Clark, 3-point play, puts his team up by 6. Jerome Savoy with a bad turnover and a timeout taken. It's a full timeout by the Hawks. They only have 2 left. Man, Bulldogs are rolling. Take a timeout with these two teams. We'll see what kind of strategy the Hawks have coming out of this timeout. They need to make some changes, as this game may be slipping through their fingers. Welcome back, fans. 9 minutes and 43 seconds. It's all that separates these two teams from the end of this contest. And what separates these two teams in the scoring department It's only 6 points, 72-66. A foul on Jerome Savoy. No, it's a foul on Pitt. Illegal screen there. Here's Savoy. He was huge for his team in the first half with scoring. He's been held in check here in the second. Darnell Taylor for three off the front of the rim. No good. Seemed like, whoa, I thought that was going to hit me in the face there for a minute. Good job by Timothy Downing just to catch that one. And a jump ball. Jerome Savoy gets mixed in there with the big man. Great effort play there from number 15. The possession arrow was in favor of the Bulldogs, though, so they'll still have possession. Saying on the other side for the Hawks, Newman, the only one creating offense here in the second half with any kind of consistency. He's going to need one of his teammates to step up. Clark stepped on the line. And, man, the Hawks got lucky there because Clark had a real pretty fadeaway. That would have counted for two if not for him being out of bounds. 66-72. Can the Hawks cut in to the Bulldogs' lead? Newman goes to the line again. Newman has to do everything he can to make these count because, like I said, he's the only one creating offense with any kind of consistency. He must feel like he has to carry this team right now. Certainly doesn't. Just has to play within himself. Newman. Best hope now is to go 1 for 2 from the line. Now, look at this. This is an interesting lineup change. Damon Gaither will check in. He's a forward, but he only stands at 6'2", so it's a short lineup on the court right now, but it does have the speed and the offensive firepower that maybe Coach Alan Hoyt wants. The offense has been struggling in the second half, so maybe he hopes this will kickstart him a little bit. Clark crossed to Downing. Pass was a little bit out of reach, but Clark got the ball back and put it in for two. Reginald Clark is looking like the man of steel in the painted area right now. Newman. The Bulldogs, or excuse me, the Hawks have to know that Reginald Clark is at 4 fouls. He's killing him on the offensive side right now. Maybe on defense, take it into him. Make him go for the block and maybe get that 5th foul. Getting him out of the game would definitely go a long way in helping the Hawks' chances to come back and get a W here. Because right now, the Bulldogs are on the verge of making this a double-digit lead. 67-74 is the score right now. It will remain that for a little bit longer. Still a lot of time left to be played, though. 9-point lead now. 76-67. This Bulldogs team came to play in the second half. Newman, oh, what a play! Wow, how did he finish that? Down low, there's Clark. Faces up. He's got the smaller defender on him. He knows it and takes advantage of it, and he'll go to the line for two. That smaller lineup Coach Hoyt is using hurt them there. Reginald Clark knew he had the size advantage on the smaller 6-foot guard. Clark, no good. Quentin Gilliam will check in. Jerome Savoy takes a seat on the bench. This has been a second half for that young man that he'd like to forget. Hasn't really had much of an impact on this game outside of the hot start in the first half. Down low, there's Taylor. And that's swatted away by Edwards. He couldn't save it from going out of bounds, so it's a turnover. Or excuse me, it's not a turnover. Newman. A circus shot the last time down the court. Down low to Gaither, and he puts it in for two. Nice move by Newman. He got the defense to collapse on him, and he found the big down low for the 2 points. 77-71. Edwards up, and he can't put it in, and neither can any of his teammates. They'll still have possession of the ball, though, and a fresh shot clock to work with. Reginald Clark has played the last 3 or 4 minutes with 4 fouls. Good job by him playing defense without fouling. Cox catches it, and he can't put it in, but he will go to the line. And man, the look on Jason Newman's face says it all. I'm pretty sure he mouthed the words every time, too, down the court. And it does feel like every time down the court, the Bulldogs are shooting foul shots. Gaither will check in, or excuse me, he'll check out. Mallett will check in. Mallett and Newman at one point had a good thing going. A little pick and roll action. See if they can ignite that here. Darnell Taylor takes the pick from Mallett, gives it right to him. Mallett takes it, gets his man up in the air. He can't finish, but Newman got the rebound, put it to Mallett behind his head. What a beautiful pass by Jason Newman. 78-73 now. Cox. Edwards wants the ball, doesn't get it. Stolen by Darnell Taylor. Here comes Miguel. Up for two. It's a three-point game. Edwards. Oh, nice crossover move. Didn't get him much space, but it was pretty. Downing. Down low to Sutton. Sutton. His defender fell down on the ground. He took it into the painted area, couldn't finish. Got his own rebound. Jump ball. What an effort play by Quentin Gilliam. Quentin stands at 6'1". DeMar Sutton stands at 6'2". The smaller man came out on top. Newman gets around Downing. Gets through the press, takes it into the paint, douches it off to Mallett, and that won't count. The basket will be waved off, and Newman is holding his head. I hope that young man is okay. It does seem to be all right. Tough kid, watches a lot of hockey. 78-75. He's got a chance to make this a one-point game. Newman, 2 for 2 from the line. Clutch foul shooting. Gets his team back to within one. Edwards spins. Oh, and finishes. It's back to 3 points. What a beautiful move by Edwards. Newman takes it in and finishes. Oh, a beautiful move by Newman on the other side. Edwards dishes it off to Clark. And he can't finish, but he'll have a chance for 2 at the line. Man, some Great point guard play the last few moments. Edwards got the basket on one side, Newman with the basket on the other, and then Edwards answered right back with the beautiful feed to his big man, Reginald Clark. It is a 1-point game, and Clark has a chance to make it a 3-point game. Just over 5 minutes left to go here in this contest. We are rapidly approaching winning time. Clark makes it a 2-point game. Have another chance here on the second. Foul shots are going to play a huge role in this game. Both teams are in the double bonus, so it's 2 foul shots from here on out. Bulldogs take a timeout. It's a full timeout, so we'll take one with them. 82-79 is the score. Let's see what strategy these two teams have after the timeouts. Two teams are back out onto the court, ready to play the final 5 minutes and 24 seconds. 82-79 is the score. College of Southern Maryland Hawks have been leading for most of this game. They find themselves down now, though. Mallet, welcome to the block party. Sutton. That shot clock restarted afterwards. It never should have. Didn't come back to hurt the Hawks, though. Quentin Gilliam to Newman. Newman up, can't finish, and he can't get his own rebound. Sutton to Cox for 2. It's a 5-point game. 84-79. Quentin Gilliam. Darnell Taylor. Back to Quentin, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Mallet will take a 3 and drain it. Man, I was not expecting that. Cox, just over 4 minutes left to play in this contest. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock. They got to move here. Sutton drives, now takes a step back. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Sutton to Cox, in for 2. It's a 4-point game. 86-82. The Hawks need stops on the other side. And they need baskets on this side as well. Jalen Sauls trying to do absolutely too much that time. Newman will take a seat on the bench, I'm sure. Not for long, though. Just get him a little break. Downing to Cox. Cox thought about the 3. Instead, gave it to Edwards. Clark. Clark spins baseline, puts up the hook and misses. Quentin Gilliam. And a foul on Sutton. I am still so impressed with the fact that Reginald Clark is just still in this game. He's been playing most of this second half with 4 fouls. tremendous job of that by that young man of playing defense without fouling. His performance here this afternoon has gone a long way in getting his team in front in the late stages of a close game. Quentin Gilliam. Every missed foul shot from here on out for the Hawks is killer. Gilliam. Oh, he's 0 for 2 from the line. Timothy Downing out to Edwards. It's a 4-point game. Quentin switches. Jumper, no good. Reginald Clark almost got the rebound. Instead, Savoy came down with it. Darnell Taylor, 3 minutes. It's all that separates these two teams from the end of this contest. Darnell Taylor can't get the finger roll to go. And there we go. Jason Newman and Miguel ready to check back in. Ben Cox drives, puts a shoulder into the Hawks defender. I think they wanted the call. There was none. 88-82. Savoy drives, Euro step finish over to Mallet. Beautiful dish on the drive from Savoy. And now head coach Alan Hoyt of the Hawks takes one of his last 2 timeouts. It's a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. Just over 2 minutes left to be played. It's a 4-point game. The Hawks found themselves driving the bus for most of this game, but right now they're playing catch-up. This time we will take a timeout because the Bulldogs take a timeout right after the Hawks timeout. Full timeout, 84-88 is still our score. But will it be when we come back? Two teams are back out onto the court, and the Bulldogs will take the inbounds play. 88-84 is the score. Just over 2 minutes left to be played. Downing drives baseline. Mallet is there to meet him, and good defense there. Newman to Savoy for 3. No good. Miguel gets the rebound and puts it in for 2, though. Man, great effort by the smaller Hawks player. Downing. Under 20 left to play on the shot clock. Trying. Reginald Clark out. Sutton for three. No good. And Ben Cox gets the rebound, but he can't hold on to it. Here's Newman. They've got numbers. Into Clark's body. Can't finish. That would have tied it up right there. I think Newman wanted the call there. Just over a minute left. It's a 2-point game. Oh, man, almost a turnover. And Downing will go to the line, a chance to make it a 2-possession game. That was almost a really costly turnover by the Bulldogs. Jason Newman has been fantastic for this Hawks team. They wouldn't be in this game if it wasn't for him. Does he have a little bit more magic in those pretty shoes? (88-86). 60 seconds left in the game. This is a pressure situation. Makes good on the first. Can he make good on the second? We'll find out here in a second. If he does, it'll be a 4-point game. Whew, that's clutch right there. 4-point game. It's under a minute to play. It's winning time. Gaither, the Mallet. Mallet drives, kicks it to Newman. Newman, jumper, no good. Can't get the soft roll. Ben Cox with the rebound. Reginald Clark, jumper. Oh, man, that could have been the dagger. Mallet, he picked up his dribble. He's got to go. Oh, man, that was close. Savoy drives into the painted area. It's Bulldogs ball. Wow. The shot clock is turned off, so the Hawks have to play the foul game. Wow, what a tremendous game this has been, and the Hawks may have just watched this one slip through their fingers. Sutton, they've got a foul here. This could be the dagger here. And what a disappointing game. If this is how it ends for the Hawks. Disappointing. Newman still pleading his case with the ref, and honestly, I don't blame him. I mean, the ref's not going to change his mind, but I certainly didn't think that was a foul. Six-point game. Still a chance, but the only two chances the Hawks have right now are slim and none. Newman taking it right into the paint, and he tried to find a teammate. Instead, he turned it over, and that's probably going to be all she wrote. Yes, indeed, it will be. That's it. The Bulldogs, after not leading at any point in the first half, come back in the second half and steal one. from the College of Southern Maryland Hawks. We'll be back with Game 3 of our triple header after a short break. Stick around, fans. The CCBC Dundalk Lions will be in action here in the Lions Den.